I'm a certified fundraising executive, and I attend a lot of different conferences and meetings and trainings. Tom was amazing, head and shoulders above the rest.
People were coming up to us all through the conference telling us how much they loved Tom, how much they wanted him to return. I even had one individual out in the community that could not attend the entire conference call me and say, can I come for just Tom's one session? That's all I want to do. I just want to sneak in and stand in the back.
I thought the content was great. I feel like a lot of the time you go to things that are very vague and there's nothing you can actually take away, and I feel like I got actionable things that I can take and I can go, I'm going to implement this. This is the way I didn't think of it. This is the way that I can get more fundraisers. And he went past the vague and the abstract and made it more real and tangible.
I wish I'd had this book 20 years ago when I was first starting out.
Well, Tom's style of speaking, I felt it brings people out of their comfort zone. You immediately relate to who Tom is, and he kind of pulls you in with his presentation skills, the story he tells, and more importantly, the energy.
Yeah. So the content from yesterday's presentation was amazing, worth its weight in gold. I was busy writing everything down, trying to get every little bit because it was so good. I actually learned more in an hour and 15 minutes than probably I do in most whole day sessions from different fundraising and event planning sessions. So it was amazing.
And what it's like to work with Tom. He is fun, he's funny through his emails, he's easy to work with, and just lighthearted, simple, very just high energy all the time.
His personality is dynamic. He makes you want to continue listening.
So I feel like you should hire Tom and you should bring him into your conference because he made abstract ideas more tangible and applicable in ways that I can take them home and really turn them into something profound and impactful for my organization in ways that maybe I hadn't thought of before. And so I've learned a lot from his course, and I'm going to continue learning a lot just from reading his book and following him and just staying engaged because I want to know more about what he has to say and the ways that I can actually use it to make a difference in my organization.
What differentiates Tom from all of the other presenters or facilitators that I've worked with over the years? First of all, I think the storytelling, because a lot of facilitators talk about storytelling, but they don't bring their own personal stories to what you're doing. So I learned a lot in Wounded Warriors and a lot of the work that Tom has done over the years. Like, oh, I remember personally, and you're able to take that information and realize how you can use that information for your own organization.
As a fundraising leader, I highly endorse Tom just because he is amazing. I've seen so many different speakers. I'm actually going to go back home right now to Tulsa and tell my executive director, hire this guy because he is absolutely amazing.
So what did you like about Tom's style of speaking? What made him stand out?
He's energetic, but I think the most important thing is when I come to conferences or meetings like this, there is never enough time for networking, and that is also an important part of this. And so the way that he incorporated networking through having us ask questions during the whole presentation gave us that opportunity. I probably met more people during his presentation than I did after his presentation because of the way that he made the meeting go. It also makes the time go by quicker.
Okay.
Had a lot of presenters, and often you leave like, okay, this was good, but I'm leaving motivated. I'm leaving with a toolkit for us that will be a guide for us to actually have a guide to be successful.
If you are thinking about bringing Tom as a speaker, definitely do it. He is the most requested every time. He is the most in his room every time. We just had to add more chairs this time, and he brings just the energy that we need.
The book in itself should be the toolkit for every nonprofit. Tom is energetic, Tom is fun, Tom is charismatic, Tom is handsome, and engaging. Those are all key to running a successful presentation.
Because you're a connector. You know how to engage, you know how to make people feel good, you know how to focus in on what's important, but most importantly, it was engaging. Look what you did with a large group of people in one room in 2 hours. We probably met more people than we would have in a year based on what you did today.
It had everyone's attention every second of the way. In fact, after it was over, it was an hour and 15 minutes? It felt like it flew by just because it was so fun and informative.
Conference, first of all, sold out. So we had a massive waiting list. So the buzz around Tom was people wanted to get in his room. They couldn't. There was enough chairs. Some people were standing. Everyone was wondering what was going on. There was loud energy. All the other rooms were kind of jealous what was happening over there and all wanted to peek in to see what was going on. They said he was fun. They said they learned the most out of his session, and they were excited for his next one.
But what he really does is bring the energy and the excitement and enthusiasm to the nonprofit world, which sometimes is kind of missing. And so he can really enhance that relationship and energize your organizations.
He kept everyone on their toes, sometimes literally. He was always doing activities and exercises that made us think, made us speak out loud, sometimes even telling jokes. But it was always fun and always relevant and 100% useful. I'm going to go back and start applying a lot of these tactics already.
Tom's style of speaking was fantastic. It wasn't possible to become disengaged because all of a sudden he was back asking you a question, getting you involved, and you just stayed interested the whole time.
I think you should hire Tom because he gives people of all levels and positions in an organization practical knowledge. He has proven results in his own organizations, and we can get takeaways that we can go back to our organizations and see immediate improvement.
Tom is different than the other speakers that I've heard from today because he asked the audience, I just said this concept, how do you use it in your day-to-day life, or how would you implement this? And it shows me, well, if this is how that person would do it, it's an interesting way to bring it back to myself. Again, it's not vague and abstract, it's real-world examples that I can apply to me and my organization and our needs.
I will say Tom was so different because he was conversational, and it wasn't just like a speaking engagement for him. He was connecting with people, he was making eye contact, there was lots of opportunities for engagement, questions, interaction times, so it was never boring. It kept my attention the whole time. That's hard to do, so we had a good time.